I began in May. First deal was secured on the 30th of June. It was a one bed property in Aberdeen, and I've currently got another two that are now sitting at legals. So within 4.5, 5 months, I should have 3 over the line, creating a strong equity position and cash flow.
All of these things are stuff that's really to give you practical tools to start doing now if you're thinking about looking at social media for different purposes. We've covered that. Start to think about your brand, how you want to be perceived. Gordon's talking about the kind of more technical side about what platforms to use that you want to kind of adopt, but also to think about what type of content to put out on certain platforms. Now I tested this the other day to kind of prove it, right? So I did a post that was very specific about property, that asked questions to get engagement, and it spoke about technical elements, right? And it was about, would you rather buy a property in Larkhall, 3-bed semi, modern, worth 195 grand, rents for £1,100, blah blah blah, or would you rather buy this 2-bed flat in Easterhouse as an investment? And I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, and I put it on LinkedIn.
Instagram's your advertising platform, so to give you examples, like advertisers don't sell you the product, they sell you the lifestyle of the product, and the product just so happens to be there. This next bit I've got, it's called Show Your Age. The reason for it is because there's 2 adverts, one's for 1988 and the other is from about 10 years ago. See there, they've sold you the lifestyle, a tropical paradise, and I think they mentioned the product once. Right, so that's your traditional form of advertising. That's your traditional way. Instagram's infiltrated that in a way to this, right? Obviously McDonald's, probably the best to talk about brand awareness in the sense that you know right away the golden arches, but everything's been placed there specifically. That's how you use Instagram for your sort of services and products you offer. But McDonald's are that big, obviously, we all know what they sell, we all know what they do. So right now their advertising is just basically their brand. LinkedIn, obviously, that is basically like business central. It's obviously dedicated to it. It's nice and easy to use, but you wouldn't post the same thing on Instagram as you would perhaps on Facebook, if that makes sense, because the message is different. Who you're reaching is the person's business personality. If you're looking at an investor to come on board, LinkedIn's a fantastic tool to use. Instagram's to tell your story, but then if you're seeking investment, I would definitely say LinkedIn's probably one of the best ways to go. So a hook is genuinely what it says here. It is a punch in the face, something that basically grabs your attention. You know, think it in a newspaper, it's the headline. That's what you go for. You're drawn to the headline instantly. That's how you would do that. Right, the hook's the main thing that you need to think. What's the purpose of the post going to be? What's going to be that thing that grabs your reader's attention or your investor's attention? So the main body, so that's where your value of the post is going to be. That explains the who's. It gets your target audience investing in your product or service. That's going to be the story that you tell after the hook. Tools. So I've tried to keep this as cost effective as possible. These are free tools that you guys can use. I've set up a content calendar for anyone that want it. It's just a Google spreadsheet basically. A calendar, and that's how you manage it. So if you know that you've got a busy week ahead, all you're spending, say 2 hours, 3 hours, just saying, right, I want that out on Monday, that out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's how you plan your content.
Probably outlook, mindset, more of a, before I would have, you know, this is a thought I've had for ages and I've been procrastinating. I'll put it off, I'd start it then, I'm waiting for a circumstance to change or something to seem perfect, you know, as if as if the stars were just going to align and this was just going to take off. Do you know what I mean? But it's just sitting thinking and thinking and thinking was going nowhere. It took to actually take action for things to start to change. 3 years ago, basic fundamentals on how to implement these strategies were there, and I still hadn't made any moves. Coming working with the guys closely, weekly calls, monthly meetups, one-to-one sessions, that higher level of support keeps you on your toes, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you moving forward, and it also means for me that when I've came across any obstacles or any frustrations or hurdles, there's been support there to help you overcome them. You'll just do it so much quicker and so much more efficient than if you ever tried to do it on your own, and for me it's been worth its weight in gold.